Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Interesting news. I got about three of them. One, regarding obviously the drone that the Americans sent and the Russians downed through a, I would say, masterful maneuver by the pilot or pilots. And it's unbelievable how that was described by the U.S. Defense Minister as a reckless, I think it was a U.S. Defense Minister or Secretary of Defense, how we want to call it. It was Austin, and then I think it was Kirby, the White House weasel in spokesperson. He's not a person anyway. So I think that was a fantastic maneuver by that pilot after the videos, but that's not about that particular drone being forced to make contact with the Black Sea. But the Americans sent another drone in the Black Sea, and this time it seems like they learned a lesson, because according to this article that I have here from the Ukrainians, it did not go in the vicinity of the Crimean Peninsula. I saw another article talking about another drone being sent exactly after the impact of their drone supposedly went in the area to see what's going on, who's who, what's what. But this is another, I think it's another drone that was sent, and it shows that trajectory by the Ukrainians. Certainly that was taken from other sources, but let's see what's going on here. So this is from Ukrainska Pravda from March 17th, 2023. Americans launch second drone towards the Black Sea, but look at its location. Forte 10 stayed the hell out of this peninsula, if you know what I mean. And if on the map from my previous videos, I found out that between this and this is about 20 kilometers right here. 20 kilometers. It's safe to say that this drone right here is more than 100 and some 20, 40, 60, 80, 20. I would say about 120 or 150 kilometers away from the Russian territory, which the US doesn't recognize. But anyway, so let's say 140, that would be about 90 or 80 miles. So yeah, it's really far from here. The other one, they said is about more than 20 kilometers, which it would have been around here where my cursor is right here, about it, because this is about 20. I covered it in a previous movie star, how do you call it, video. So let's see what these guys are saying. So the United States has sent a new reconnaissance drone towards the Ukrainian Crimea annexed by Russia, according to the flight trader service. The RQ-4 Global Hawk with the call sign Forte 10 headed for the Black Sea. Forte 10. Not gonna go close. Good, you learned a lesson. You got smacked over your beak. The UAV entered the Black Sea having circled in Weasel, Romanian airspace for several hours before that. The drone reportedly took off from the Sigonella air base near the Italian city of Catania. Now, background, they tell you here what happened with this little beautiful drone. Did they tell you anything else about it? How close? Now, we have here another little big news. Russian defense minister decides to decorate pilots who shot down U.S. drone. Russian defense minister Sergei Shoigu has decorated the Su-27 pilots who shot down an American MQ-9 Reaper drone over the Black Sea. Details. The Russian defense minister announced the existence of an airspace area of temporary use established for the purpose of a special military operation that the MQ-9 Reaper allegedly violated. So that's the airspace area of temporary use established for the purpose. That means they said if you come closer, we're gonna you up, which they did, it seems like. The invaders, the Russians, claimed that the MQ-9 Reaper drone flew into this area with its transponders turned off, and that Su-27 pilots prevented the violation. Well, the Russian Defense Ministry said that it had informed users of the boundaries of the airspace where it had imposed restrictions. Yeah, and this guy said, well, let's test the little thing here. And a quote from the Russian Defense Ministry: in order to identify the intruder, fighters from the air defense forces on duty were taken off. As a result of sharp maneuvering at around 9:30, the MQ-9 unmanned aerial vehicle went into an uncontrolled flight with a loss of altitude and collided with the water surface. Now, I watched those videos with the drones, with Su-27 coming from behind, and I used a video in my video with provided by the Americans from the drone, with a Sukhoi coming from down low below and using its engines. I don't know how you call it, air. It's called somehow, but I have some comments, some friends commenting about it, and yeah, that's the term, but I can't remember. Back something when you accelerate, and then oh, what the hell? When you accelerate and then they push the air behind and try to blow the drone, of course. And the video I used, it showed that, and then it was like an interruption, and in the end they showed the damaged propeller, which I didn't bother to see the last part of the video. One of my friends here told me that, and I watched it again, and indeed it's the propeller was damaged and was not working anymore. So that could probably certainly prevented the drone to keep flying. So nevertheless, I don't think I looked at the drones, how it obviously, and I don't think that the Sukhoi could have hit only the propeller without the two little I don't know how to call those things, Jesus Christ. And then but anyway, the fact is they down it, and yes, the propeller was affected by the Sukhois. Now I wanted to acknowledge that, because in the video I made I didn't see that. I say, well, what the hell happened? Maybe just got it off course, and then got in a certain when you fly a plane, if you go in a certain I don't know how maneuver, and you're low enough, you can't obviously put the airplane or the drone back to course, because you don't have the engine power anyway. Everything works against you. And a drone, I don't suspect a drone to have a big propeller and engine anyway, so if it goes in a nosedive direction or whatever, I don't think it's able to maneuver back. So anyway, that's one. The other one is the Russians decorated the Su-27 guys, as I showed over there, and I have another article here where it shows the propeller. I wanted to make sure I show that one with the same article talking about the decorated guys. This guy comes from Reuters, decorated pilots. Reuters, and again it's from March 17, 2023. The Russian defense minister decorates pilots for downing U.S. pilots, again plural, for downing U.S. drones, because there were two Sukhoi 27. And here you can clearly see the propeller not being able to do anything, and it seems like I don't know, it's damaged, that's for sure. And in the background you can see the Crimean Peninsula, which before, when I had another video showing the distance, like how far it is, they tried to say it's only 20 miles and so 20 kilometers. They just gave it a little cropped little thing, and I said no, they should have the whole picture, and they did not post it. They just gave us I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to put it right in the corner somewhere, something like this. Like this. Not even the bottom here, it was not present. Nevertheless, we can see here this drone is on its way back, obviously, because you see it's coming south from the Crimea, or maybe west, and that means this drone was closer to that. If now it's retreating, and after this it fell. So this is the fact that let me see what these weasels are just saying, because they want something from me that I will not give them, which I'm talking about Reuters. A view at the damaged propeller of the U.S. Air Force Intelligence Surveillance and Reconnaissance Unmanned MQ-9 aircraft, also known as a Reaper drone, following an impact by Su-27 military aircraft over the Black Sea, blah, 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 is still in this still image taken from handout video released by the Pentagon. Yeah, they have the videos. They don't show the whole thing because, they don't show the whole thing for obviously weasel reasons, but little by little you show little things and you make all kind of statements and see how people react. And then when you're called out, you show a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I mean, why should you show everything? You don't want to be truthful. You want to be right. So Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has presented awards to the pilots of two Su-27 fighter planes that intercepted a U.S. drone near the airspace around Russia's military campaign in Ukraine. His ministry said on Friday. Well, what do you want? I think this, unfortunately, will have the Americans, and not only Americans, anybody else who would go over there in the area of war, considered by the Russians, it is a war zone, however you want to call it. Don't expect to, be treated with candies and Christmas carols and all that. It is what it is, but this is a situation. As you go as a reporter. You go as a reporter in a war zone. Yeah, you can put here media or reporter or whatever you want to put it. You got people over there, and you expose yourself to a dangerous situation. You know that. Everybody knows that. Now, does it mean you have to be shot down or blah? No, but you always have crazies. But here in this case, I think the location where the drone was, I think exposed. It was a provocation. I mean, what do you want? You come close. I mean, you know what's going to happen. You just want to see if it's going to happen. I think that's how it was. We're going to come in with impunity. We're going to Red Rover. And I have some other thing here that I want to show you at the end of the first article, the Ukraine article. We have Medvedev, and he's a little bit upset about it. Is this one? No, it was somewhere else that I read about Medvedev being upset about this, and he said we're going to take care of them with impunity. Again, Kirby said that this is dangerous, unprofessional, and reckless. I think dangerous, yes. Unprofessional, I don't think so. And reckless, I don't think so. I think the pilot was an extraordinary pilot, I would say, doing what he did. And I don't care if he's Russian, Chinese, Israeli, Romanian, or American. The maneuver per se was very well conducted with the help of the Su-27. Well, that's it, my friends. Decoration. The guys sent another drone that kept the distance, which means they don't want to get another one down in the same manner. I don't know if the Russian airplane was damaged in any way. The Russians did not say anything about any damage. The Americans say it was damaged. How do they know that? I don't know. But anyway, for sure, the Americans could say, okay, we're going to scramble now all the time. The Suhois out there, and we're going to send about 3,000 drones. Well, you can do that, and you can just get the Russians busy over there. But I'm pretty sure the Russians will get sick of it and just going to down it in a different manner. But it was a very cheap manner of getting a drone down instead of the balloon. Remember how the Americans drowned down the balloons? And one missile of a balloon is about $329,000. So $500,000, let's say, is a rocket, or that the Raptors, I think F-22s, were using. This guy was more intelligent than these guys and used just the air afterburn. That's how it's called. Is that how it's called? This? No, it dumped fuel. Okay, well, maybe it dumped fuel, but I don't think. And it was afterburn of the acceleration of the sonic boom. Come slow and then all of a sudden accelerate, and the back air. Again, I can't remember the term. I just afterburn. That's how we call it. Just pushed it, and maybe being hot melted that little piece of whatever that is, carbon something, fiber. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.